Home to one of the best pie shops in Western Australia, is the home of Australian barbecue competition team Jules and Glenn Tyndall Davies, who are currently 15th place on the Australian KCBS barbecue competition ladder.
You say 15th, but as anyone who has competed, with next week's Chidlow competition, I think there's 20 odd teams competing there. So fingers crossed I go up the ladder, but I could very easily go down.
Well,
so the nerves are already setting in for that one. So what I normally do, simple Simon, I've just taken the juices and the sugar, the honey and the butter, and I'm just going to mix my favourite sauce, from home.
So you've got prepared sauces. You bought these?
These I buy. These, I like to tell anybody if they like the flavour of something, that they can basically go and get it themselves. I do make a comp sauce, but I'm not using that today. So I'm just going to mop that.
Has that got a thickening agent in it? Did that just
No,
up?
that's just sauce.
That's
and
just
sauce,
sauce,
butter,
right?
and the honey and everything out that was in the wrap. As simple as that.
Yeah. I mean,
So
essentially you could eat that now, couldn't you?
Of course. Right. But we're going to put that back in for the sauce to set. Yeah, of course. Look at those bones. That's what you like to see. Now I'm going to gently, because as I said, it will tighten up back in the oven.
What do you mean by
look
that
at
when
that.
you say tighten
well,
up?
it's really loose now, so as a bit more heat gets into it, it will tighten up because it's been soft and wrapped up and everything like that. It's gone a bit soft, so we're just going to, Normally I would have this on a rack, especially if comp, and I just pour it over so that I don't get any brush lines, and that would just catch it, so I can reuse it on the same ribs. Now I will give a little bit of a secret. It's just one at home. If you've got another favourite rub or a little bit saltier, you will find that meat. So I'm just going to put a finishing rub on this, and this will set into the sauce. And notice I've put it in the nondescript, because this one I do.
For the label on it.
This one I do use at comp.
And
if we place, then I'll tell you what it is.
Oh, garlic and salty.
So I'm going to sauce that again. As you see, it's not terribly glazy. More glaze, just add a bit of butter. Seriously, butter and honey. So we're just going to pop them back on the shelf. I love these gloves because I can actually shut that. And that's actually quite hot. We're nearly up to, I don't have my glasses, nearly up to 250. Is that, Glenn? Is that too? He's my eyes.
That's 450 Fahrenheit.
450 Fahrenheit, okay. So they'll tighten. So in 10 minutes, I'll sauce again, just to set the glaze, and that'll, as I said, tighten up, and then hopefully it won't break up so much when we cut them.
So one of the really special things about your team is that the gear that you use to smoke with, you design and make yourselves, right?
We do. Glenn is most definitely the designer. I sometimes stick my nose in the shed and put my little aesthetics on things. Essentially, yes, we definitely use our own products.
What makes you design it like the way you do?
It all started off quite a few years ago, where we were living on the road and cooking wood-fired pizzas, and that's when the barbecue movement was starting to get going. We looked at all the products that were around, and with Julianne's inspiration on what her thoughts were of what she wanted to be able to do other than barbecue, we spent about 18 months designing and building, pulling apart, rebuilding, and until we ended up with the final product. And this one is our part build, as you can see at the moment. This is the larger of the two models that we do, and it's an all-in-one unit now. So with all that trial and error and the last 4 years of manufacturing, we pretty much got it down to a fine art.
So you can cold smoke in it, you can low and slow smoke in it, bump it up to your 225s or 50, 75, and then you can bake in it. So that's when I go to Celsius. So you've got your 180, 190 baking or roast dinner on a Sunday, and then of course you're up to your 600 Fahrenheit, 350 Celsius for your pizzas. So yeah, she's pretty well a whole scope of methods in one, wood-fired, and that's our ultimate goal, is wood-fired, and to teach the kids, you know, that respect and to have mum get involved and all those sorts of things. She's currently sitting at 400, say just over 200 degrees Celsius, and you can see that there's very little coal running that. It's completely insulated, so we mainly run on wood. We're just gonna put another.
Oh, look at that.
So I just tap it over, let it draw. The colours come up nicely. I'm not worried if I get sauce on my barbecue, so
That's
to speak.
taken up the liquid quite quickly.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Does it dry or does it absorb? What's it
It
doing?
absorbs. It absorbs, yeah. So that's why we'll give it a second one, so hopefully this one will sit, so to speak. There we go. Those edges. Yum. Oh, look at those bones. Look at that. That's
at
what we
everything.
like to see. Yum. Okay. Ow. So we're going to leave them for another 10 minutes, then we can cut them.
Turns out, pork ribs weren't the only thing Jules and Glenn had in their smokers. And a good evening was had by all.